Howdy, fifth graders. Time for another fun and exciting mathematical video for you as you work your way through the tank today. Today we're going to talk about divisibility. So if you would take out a blank piece of paper and write the word divisibility on it, we will get right into it. So here, let me write it up for us here. Do a little adjusting here. Hope your day is going well. Oh, sure. Let's just go with a bright color of orange. So here we go. We are talking about divisibility. D-I-V-I-S-I-B-I-I-T-Y. Are those all I's? I believe that's divisibility. Divisibility. Now, what does divisibility mean in math? When we talk about divisibility, we simply mean, does a number go evenly? That means exactly into another number. For example, let me write this down. Let's do a little bit of this right here. write this down over here. A number is divisible by, and then put a little colon here because we're going to make a list of numbers. Oh, look at how I spelled number. Number, let's put a B in there, is divisible by, and let's start off with 2. This is an easy one. You know that 2 goes into every number that is an even number. 2 goes into every even number, which simply means if you take 16 and divide it by 2, you will get a number that doesn't have a remainder and you don't have anything left over. You know, 2 is not, or 17 would not be divisible by 2 because 2 times 8 is 16, and then you have that 1 left over. Okay, so any number, no matter what the number is, it could be 1060. 1060 can be divided by 2 because it's an even number. And that one was probably one that you know about. Now the next one is one you probably don't know so well. Let me give this to you and let's change colors. Let's go with this pink. Haven't used pink in a while. Here are the big ones that you kind of need to know. A number is divisible by 3. Okay, if the book asks you about threes and divisibility, here is the catchphrase. Write this in big, bold, dark letters. When we talk about threes, we use the rule that is called the sum, S-U-M, of the digits. It's called the sum of the digits rule. Get that down, because if I ask you how you know if something is divisible by 3, that's all you have to tell me, because I know what you're talking about. Now, what does sum of the digits mean? It means this. Sum of the digits means if you add all of the digits, in the number together, you can divide that sum by 3, comma, then the number is divisible by 3. Now that is a lot of words, and it's really kind of wordy, but once you see the example of that, I'll give you a chance to make sure you get that written down. Once you see this in action, you'll realize how incredibly easy it is. Here's going to be our for example. For example, if I asked you if 111,111 could be divided by 3. Please, 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 and I see people do this all the time. They'll go off to the side and they'll actually divide it by 3 and take all that time. You don't have to do that. This is what you do. The sum of the digits rule says that you take all of the digits and add them together. And what that means is this. This has the number 111,111 has 6 digits. They're all ones, but I'm going to add them all together. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Was that 5? No, that's 6. 1 plus 1 is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The sum of the digits is 6. Now, you look at that sum and say, can I divide that by 3? Which you can. 6 divided by 3 is 2. If 3 goes evenly into that number, 3 went evenly into 6, so 3 will also go evenly into 111,111. You don't need to do the whole division over here. I will do it just to show you how that it does go into that, just to show you that it works. But you certainly don't want to do this, and I would tell you not to do this. 3 goes into 11 3 times. That's 9. I subtract. I get 21. 3 goes into 21 7 times. I get 21. I subtract. I bring down a 1, but 3 doesn't go into it, so I put a 0 up there. I bring down my next one. 3 goes into 11 3 times, which is 9. I subtract. I get a 2. Bring down my last one, which gives me 3 goes into 21 exactly 7 times. I have nothing left to bring down. So 3 goes into 111,111, 37,037 times. But you didn't need to do any of that because you know this right here, the sum of the digits rule. Let's look at a couple different ones. How about, let's just do an easy one. How about, does 3 go into 42? So if we do the sum of the digits rule, we add 4 plus 2, add the digits together, I get 6. And since 3 goes into 6, I know 3 goes into 42. What about 55? Does 3 go into 55? I add 5 plus 5 together, and that's 10. Can I divide 10 by 3? I can't. So 55 is not divisible by 3. Hopefully you kind of get the gist of that. We've got a couple more numbers we want to make sure we know about divisibility. The next one is, well, I'm going to skip one and actually go to a third one here, just because it's the same deal. Write down the number 6 here. Put a circle. We'll talk about, we're going to come back to 6, but we're going to talk about 9 because 9 is the exact same thing as 3. If you want to know if a number can be divided by 9, you also, once again, use the sum of the digits rule. The sum of the digits. Okay, except this time, because you're doing 9 and not 3, you have to see if the number can be divided by 9. So here's an example. If I have 721, I do the sum of the digits, I get 7 plus 2 plus 1, that equals 10. Can I divide 10 by 9? I can't. So 721 is not divisible by 9. What about 369? Is that divisible by 9? Well, we add 3 plus 6 plus 9. 3 plus 6 is 9 plus 9 is 18. Can I divide 18 by 9? I sure can. That equals 2. So I know that 9 goes into 369. Again, that is the sum of the digits. And sum of the digits only works for 3s and 9s. Don't use sum of the digits for 5s. Don't use sum of the digits for 6s. Don't use sum of the digits for that. Just 3s and 9s. And now let's do 6. What is the rule of divisibility for 6? The rule of divisibility is 6. A number is divisible by 6 if it is even and divisible by 3. And divisible by 3. So you would use the sum of the digits rule for 6 to see if it's divisible by 3, but it also would have to be an even number. So if I gave you 333, right away you can say that 6 doesn't go into that because first of all it's not an even number. It doesn't matter what else happens. So it has to be an even number. So let's do 336. Does 6 go into 336? Well, it fits the even thing, but I have to check and see if it's divisible by 3. So I take 3 and add 3 and add 6 to it. 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 6 is 12. Can I divide 12 by 3? Because I'm checking to see if it's divisible by 3. I can. Excuse me. I can. So, because this is both divisible by 3 and it's an even number, I know that 6 goes into that. How about 772? Again, make sure it's even first, which it is. I try my sum of the digits. 7 plus 7 plus 2. 7 plus 7 is 14, plus 2 is 16. Is 16 divisible by 3? It is not, because you get a little more than 5. So 772 is not divisible by 6. Hopefully, 5th grade, you took some good notes, because anytime you're asked about divisibility, it would be good to come back to this and check your notes. It's one of those things that isn't hard, but you do need notes to refresh yourself. So Mr. John's going to sign off here. I thank you for listening. Have a great day.